What's going on, guys? How you all doing? So, as you can see, a new raid trailer has gone live essentially here on YouTube. I've just got back from being in a hailstorm essentially, and I've seen this and I thought, you know what, we'll check this out. We'll see what this is all about. See if this is any good or not. Yeah, let's just see what's going on, and then we'll have a brief talk about it. And there's a few other little bits and bobs here I just want to briefly talk about as well, because there's a little section about what it is, and we'll go over that stuff anyway. So let's begin.
White House has incoming. Everyone run! Go! Go!
June 30th. Not July, guys. Not July. We'll talk about the exclusive rewards just after this.
Let's go!
So that was Regulus pistol we saw a minute ago. The Ravenous exotic as well. So there we go. Now if you click on this part here, it actually takes you over to this page here, which I'll just quickly go over. Division 2 will get a second 8-player raid, Operation Iron Horse, in a free update. The action officially begins on June 30th at 9 AM PT or 6 PM CET when the doors are open to the raid. So that's 5 PM in the UK time, I believe, allowing agents to storm a foundry where the nefarious True Sons are pumping out weapons in an effort to retake what they've lost in Washington D.C. At level 40 version, a level 40 version of Operation Iron Horse will be available to all players who own the Warlords of New York expansion, while a level 30 version will become available to all owners of the base version of the Division 2 on July 7th, so that's 1 week later. Both versions of Operation Iron Horse can be played in normal and Discovery difficulty modes, with Discovery coming at a later date along with its matchmaking functionality. As with Operation Dark Hours, Division 2's first raid, Operation Iron Horse, will reward players who have the skill and teamwork to make their way through it. Among the raid exclusive loot is the Ravenous exotic double-barrel rifle, Regulus exotic revolver, Foundry Boar gear set, Future Initiative gear set, and more. Additionally, the Race of the World's First competition returns, giving teams across all platforms a chance to be the first to complete the raid and earn a portrait in the White House base of operations for all agents to see. The Division 2 is currently available on etc, etc. So, I guess the first thing is, for level 30 version, it's going to be a week later. In respect to rewards, from what I understand, from what I've been able to see and gather so far, all I've been able to see is that there is definitely a mask rewarded for people who complete the raid. There's also keys, and I presume that's towards actually getting the exotics. But I also wanted to mention this. The Foundry Boar gear set and Future Initiative gear set. Now, at this point, they've not said whether these are just, as in the whole gear set is a raid exclusive. And the reason I say that is because in Title Update 10 right now, you can get Foundry Boar and Future Initiative gear sets dropping in the game. Okay, so a lot of people at the moment are farming Wall Street because that's where the gear sets are at for the targeted loot, and this stuff is dropping. I've had a few of them drop myself, so what I'm thinking is actually it's just the chest piece and the backpack that will are only going to be raid exclusives as opposed to the whole gear sets. And if that's the case, then that's much better than what I thought it was going to be, where I just thought that we'd only get System Protocol as the drop in the season as opposed to everything. Also, people are already getting drops for Walker and Harris, the new brand set. People are getting drops for the Vial Mask that I've seen. And one thing I will mention, guys, which is something that's happened, is this. So agents, we are temporarily disabling the ability to purchase the Season 2 pass from the in-game store and the Season 2 menu due to a bug which immediately grants all seasonal rewards from the premium track. Players who have already purchased Season Pass will keep the pass and the associated rewards. This is not a bannable offence, and no action will take against affected players. Stay tuned for when it'll become available again. So when Season 2 actually launched, or not Season 2, Title Update 10 launched earlier today at what, 12:30? Effectively, was it 12:30? Yeah, around about, I think it was about 12 o'clock actually here in the UK. People went in, they bought the pass. Now, I didn't get on till about 1, and by that time they'd pretty much stopped people from buying the pass. But those people that did, essentially all of the Season 2 loot that you could get from the reward track just dumped into their stash, essentially, and they had everything. So, which is really, really funny, actually. But I just wanted to cover that in today's video. I mainly wanted to make this one, obviously, for the raid details here. Also because, like I said, you know, if this stuff is dropping for you, as in the Foundry Bulwark and the Future Initiative, I believe it should be. The devs haven't actually clarified whether that should be the case, but I believe that is how it should be. And also the new weapons that are part of the season reward track as well. Those are dropping at the moment in TU10. So if you want to get a hold of them sooner rather than later, if you thought you'd have to wait around to Season 2 to get this stuff, you don't. You can jump in the game right now and get a hold of that stuff. The only other thing that I wanted to cover, I wonder if I can find it here. If I go into my documents here, if I go Raid 2, okay, so this was, this is actually a map of the raid. And this was, I can't remember who uploaded this. It was uploaded to Reddit. It may have been taken off by now, but I'm going to upload it here so you guys can see it. But as you can see, we can see kind of how it works out. I presume this is the start, and we go like this, yeah? So there looks like to be an outdoor court bits. We've got like 4, what looks to be, this is outdoors, this is indoors, and then what looks to be possibly an outdoor arena or maybe an indoor arena at the end here. But there appears to be, what, 4 bosses, possibly, to this area. In regards to how big this area is, I've not been able to compare this to Dark Hours, but I believe this might be bigger than Dark Hours. It's hard to say, really, because it's hard to know the actual scale, because I've only got this image. This isn't in the game right now. You can't find this in the game right now. This was actually, when the servers went down, I believe one of the European servers for the Division 2 stayed live, and so people were able to see this stuff. But yeah, so there you go. That's how it's going to work. And the last thing before we go, guys, is skills at the moment in TU10. I've been watching some legendary kind of streams. So I was watching Devibes earlier, and he was streaming. He was doing legendary with a group, and skills with InSync at the moment appear to be unbelievably strong. 3-piece weapon damage, 3-piece skills with the InSync talent. Just looks to be really strong, guys. So I'd highly recommend you start building towards that, because I think skills, certainly the turret and the assault turret, essentially the assault drone, they look to be unbelievably strong, and I think they're probably going to be very, very good in the raid. So I'd highly recommend you get a hold of those. But that's it for today's video, guys. Nothing more than that, I don't believe. I don't think there's any more news or announcements that I need to cover in today's video. I was going to do a loot video today, talking about whether the loot feels different or not, but to be honest, guys, I've not done enough testing to really look at whether I think loot is better. Have I had more drops roll kind of maximum? Yeah, I have. But has it felt so much different? Not really, I'll be honest. I've not actually run a control point yet. I ran Wall Street once, and this when I noticed that Future Initiative and Foundry were actually dropping there. So overall, it feels better. What I have found, and something I'm definitely going to cover, is that Chameleon is unbelievably strong. Eagle Bearer appears to be strong, and all of these weapons that were previously maybe not meta and certainly not in the running to be a weapon that you'd want to use are suddenly viable. The M18 is still in the top 3 for rifles. PvP is still broken, although I played it earlier and it was less cheese, but the time to kill is outrageously high, so you're getting killed in like a split second. Okay, so PvP is still very much needs a lot of work, but when it comes to PvE and using metas and builds and weapons, honestly, guys, I'd go out there and use all the weapons at your disposal here, because there appears to be way more variety when it comes to weapons and builds and gear and that sort of thing with TU10. But I will do a much more dedicated video on that in the future once I've been able to test more stuff out myself. Like I said, I've only played for maybe a couple of hours already before this came out, and then life got in the way essentially. But thanks very much for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this this raid trailer in the comments down below. What I will say is that they do very good trailers, don't they, Ubisoft? When we had the Warlords of New York trailer, It was amazing. I suspect tomorrow we're going to get some form of trailer or some sort of form of like animated thing for Season 2. Because with Season 1, with the new Manhunts, we got that kind of animated trailer, which was really cool. I suspect we'll probably get something similar for Season 2 and the new Manhunts for that. I do hope the devs put, now that the, aside from PvP, now that PvE appears to be better, I hope that they put all of their effort into actual new content, because I think that's really what needed. This skyscraper mode, honestly guys, it couldn't come soon enough. You know, I'm pretty excited to play TU10 and play the start of Season 2, but we all know it, that's going to dwindle pretty quickly as soon as the content starts to dry up. So really having some sort of new PvE mode like skyscraper, that sort of thing would be ideal. And do you know what guys, if I had it my way, part of me just thinks they should just get rid of PvP altogether at this point. They simply can't balance both. And so if they're going to choose between one or the other, get rid of PvP, keep it as a PvE game. I'll play Destiny 2 for PvP, if I'm being honest. And then I can just focus on, you know, the devs can just focus on PvE alone, put all their efforts into that and give us a lot more content. I know a minute ago I said I'd end the video, but I am ending it here. Thanks very much for all your support, guys. Thanks for the support on my last 2 videos. They've been awesome. And I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will have you covered for tomorrow's State of the Game. So make sure you got notifications turned on. You won't be able to do that if you're not subscribed. So please subscribe. We are close to 50k, which is going to be an awesome milestone. Thanks to you guys, obviously. So really appreciate that. And until the next one, Epic out.